Every church I've ever been to describes itself as friendly, without fail. This usually means being friendly to people we already know. How does your church welcome new people? How does it welcome people it doesn't already know? I want to talk about the difference between visitors and guests. When was the last time you visited a new church? What did that even feel like? I want you to think about two different types of people who might arrive at your house. A visitor is someone who arrives unplanned, unscheduled, rings the doorbell out of the blue. You might be a little leery of these kinds of visitors. You might look at them through the window and latch the door before you open the door. If you have kids, you might even tell them not even to open the door to somebody like that. The point is, we tend to be a little leery and cautious around visitors, someone unplanned arriving. Now, guests are completely different. At my house, guests require preparation. Guests have anticipation. There's usually new cleaning required, oftentimes new menu, food, plans, all sorts of things. And when the guests arrive, the doorbell rings and it's greeted by running to the door in some cases. Swing it wide open, give a big hug, the whole 9 yards. The point is, we respond very differently to visitors and guests. True hospitality in a church treats all new people as guests rather than visitors. It's a matter of the heart and the intentionality behind the welcome that makes all the difference. Time to reflect. How does someone new get truly welcomed at your church? Is it more like a visitor or a guest? How do you prepare for the arrival of guests at your church? What sort of special things, cleaning, preparation, expectations do you have to welcome new people at your church? Here are a couple of actions to consider. Number 1, ask the last 10 people who arrived at your church what that experience was like for them. By the way, if you can't think of the last 10 people who arrived at your church, you probably have some other kind of guest problem. Number 2, conduct a secret shopper assessment of your church. This just means sending somebody intentionally to visit your church for the first time and make note of what that experience was like for them. You might be surprised at their experience. I hope you've been encouraged today to think about how your church truly welcomes new people. And I do pray that it is more like guests than visitors.